let's talk bins. Oh, I haven't had a bins conversation in ages. Well, basically, Biffa, who I haven't had a service with since mid-July, are still sending us a monthly invoice. And that's despite the fact that I notified by email, gone into their system and sent a message in their system, and then every single invoice that's come through, I've queried it and then wrote exactly the same, or pretty much exactly the same every time, and said, we returned the bins back in July, we've terminated the contract, you guys keep saying that you provided a service when you haven't, we've had enough, please stop sending the invoices. And someone just keeps ignoring it. And I just spoke to a lovely lady on the phone, and she was like, I can see all of this stuff on here, and I really don't understand why no one's replied to you or sorted this out or anything. And I've had to raise it up to management. It's just the same experience every time. I really don't recommend Biffa. It's a lot of the people there that work there are lovely, but I don't know what it is about the depot that is literally, if I go out the window just here, right, if you can see those green trees just in the distance, there, that is basically where the depot is. It is on the same road, and we thought the reason why we went Biffa, we was like, there's no way we're not going to get a good service. We're in the same road, and we consistently have such a poor service. And we tried contacting, so there's country style bins outside. We thought we'd give them a go. Did a quote request. No one got back to us. I don't think I've ever seen their bins being collected, to be fair. Those are the green bins there. It's really weird working back to front. I don't know, but they never got back to us. That was months ago. And then we tried Viola, went on their website and did all the bits and pieces, did a quote request, and then gone, okay, that figure seems okay, I'll go ahead with that service. 12th of September, and I thought I'll just book it as soon as I possibly can, 3 days time, whatever. And then it goes, no, you can't do that, it has to be minimum of 10 days. I was like, okay, yeah, fair enough, maybe you got to organise all the bits and pieces. So booked it for the 22nd or 23rd of September, or whatever would have been 10 days. Well, that would be 10 days mathematically, but assuming that that's a weekday, about then. And we're in, the 2nd of October right now, still no bins. We've had all the forms come through. We did all direct debit bits and pieces like a week and a half ago. Done everything, but we just still don't actually have any bins. And they've even set up the direct debit, and I'm like, well, I hope you're not going to charge me for a service that hasn't been provided yet. It's feeling like much the same. So tell you what, if you're looking for a business idea, bins, because the service out there is so poor that it'd be a pretty easy market, I think, to do and make it a really good success. It'd be a little bit like, do you remember that episode with Homer Simpson? Who did that? Yeah, I feel like much the same. So that's one thing out of the way. Me and Mark went to A1 Anodising today, which was really cool. Dan was really, really helpful again. Turns out the secret to good anodising is one of the secrets. Shh! Don't tell anyone. Is fairy liquid. Seriously, put fairy liquid in your anodising bath, and hydrogen fumes gone. It's just like, what? That's crazy. And your parts come out cleaner as well. So we're doing that, and I'm waiting for Supreme to come back to me about prices for tanks, because one of the things that we've clearly noted is that we're going to, I think I mentioned this before, but we're going to start dyeing the parts. So why are we going to start dyeing the parts? Well, actually, Dan revealed the answer to what I kind of thought would happen. You need at least 20 microns on the outside of the part to take 20 microns of anodise to take black anodise. Otherwise it will come out blue or grey or whatever, and we're like trying to go for 25 microns, so perfect visual control of if we've got enough anodise. That's one, because obviously if parts don't come out black, then we know we haven't anodised them properly. Two, while we were there, they had a jig, and they had all these parts on the jig, and all of them were black except one of them was blue. And he was like, that one, there you go, perfect example. He said, that one's obviously the connection's not tight enough. And he showed us, and it was like, wow, okay. And the other thing so other than visual control of the whole process, the other thing that it does is it improves the product quality, because then obviously all the black parts now come out black. All the silver parts now come out black, and just makes it a better finished part, which I really like. And then the next thing we've been doing today is me and Mark have been discussing. Well, I've been kind of discussing with him and the rest of the team all weekend. Well, I've been discussing. I said this weekend I've been mostly messaging everyone, and of course, no, they're not replying. Who expects them to? It's their weekend. But I put it in the group anyway, so everyone knows what I've been up to. And then this morning, me and Mark have been talking about it, and we're going to change the designs of the LED boards and the protection circuit. We're kind of trying to deal with the installation reliability, and what I mean is that some people really screw it up, like really screw it up, and it happens more often than I'd like to admit. And for some reason, some people just really struggle with 350 milliamp series wiring. So we've got a lot of customers that have turned around and said, actually, since I've been doing 350 milliamp, it's completely converted me and it actually makes so much sense. And you got some that actually would like to see something else. So I think we're going to do a 24 volt version. We've got some planning to do around it, but this basically means we have to build a driver into the fitting to step the 24 volt into whatever we need with the 350 milliamp basically to the fittings. It's not too difficult to do, but there are some extra components needed, and we want to kind of keep reliability with all of that. So we're making a series of changes that I think is going to make it such a that's one of those improvements where people are just going to be like, oh, this is good, this is really good. So I won't reveal much yet. We've got some testing to do, so and I've got to do a board design. So we'll see how we get on, and I will let you know. Or if you join us on the improvements group on Facebook, you can kind of see first, but I'll let you know how that kind of progresses. Should be fun, but yeah, hopefully we can kind of push on with this. Hopefully we get some bins, and hopefully we can get our anodizing finally sorted. We're doing the line is going to be made up of, hang on, let me just tell you before I go, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 tanks. Yeah. And I had 8 before and I sold 4. Silly mistake. Anyway, see you guys later.